Blessed afternoon, collective. I feel like shit. I feel like I swallowed a bunch of lead weights. Just so fucking heavy. Everything feels heavy. I keep trying to push it away, and it's just there. There's so much anxiety. There's so much fear. There's so much anger and hurt and pain in the collective. And for some time, I thought maybe it was just me. I thought, yeah, there's stuff in the collective, but I'm the only one feeling it this intensely, and I've done something wrong. That's just being honest. All of that, of course, is not true. And the judgment of anything as wrong is just ego. Nothing is ever wrong. Nothing can go wrong. Wrong is made up. It's all ever only what is, and at the highest level, it's playing out. It's playing out according to plan. That plan is extremely adaptable. But at the highest level, at the broadest point, it's all working exactly the way that it should. It is all happening for the best, for the highest good of myself and all self. But it's fucking heavy. And it hurts. And I know now that I am not the only one feeling the immensity of this weight. It is a collective weight. It is a collective pain. It is a collective agony, despair. And I've lit some sage, and I'll probably light a candle. And I'm doing everything I can to just stay grounded and cleanse and not run away from all of this. Because that doesn't change anything. And that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to hold space. We're bumping up against the 1010 portal, which feels like a culmination point. Of course, that energy is already here. It is very much present. It will very much be present throughout the month of October. But we are reaching kind of an opening. I don't even want to call it a crescendo. I feel like the crescendo is yet to come. But it's an opening. It is a widening. It's a stretching. It's a space opening up within. Then it's exposure. It hurts very much like opening a gap in your chest might. Like exposing not just a nerve, but a bundle of nerves. Exposing an organ. And it's not pretty. It is raw and fleshy and pulsating. It's viscous. It's covered in stuff. It's tender, sore, inflamed even. But it's time for it to come out. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just saying what I feel. I am going to pull some cards. I don't know what I'm pulling on. The soulmate cycle feels so irrelevant and distant. It is, of course, a sample for the ascension of humanity, which is the primary focus. But I think I just want a message. I think I just want a message. Whatever wants to come through. And I am going to use the Guardians. Because I feel like it. Because I haven't touched this deck in a month, at least. Because it has a lot of encouraging energy. Because it likes to deliver the big messages. Maybe because they're big cards, I don't know. But at the bottom is a Six of Wands. Which feels like many things. A promise of victory. It's the Hermit underneath. To follow the soul through the dark. That's how Hermit energy works. That's how we're asked to trust. We trust without being able to see where we're going. That light, the light in the soul, it doesn't always illuminate. In fact, it doesn't usually illuminate the whole path. It just lights up the next step. Just the very next step. That's it. You can't see beyond that. And if you're looking, you're not going to find it. You're only going to feel overwhelmed by that impending darkness ahead of you. But if you just stay with the step that you're on, that's all you need. All you need to be lit up is the next step. The soul will keep guiding. Judgment under that, yeah. It's a time of balance. A time of judgment. Being delivered, I suppose. It is a time to let go, to leave behind, to accept what is given, to embrace it, to trust it, to trust the process. There's a transformation taking place. It's not for us to know how that works. It's not for us to understand the whole process before it happens. It's only for us to be in it and to surrender to it as it is occurring. King of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles underneath that. It is to bring forth tremendous balance and healing and stability, but before the stability, there must be destruction. Before the rebuilding, there must be a breakdown, and it must be total. So on top, the Hanged Man and the Five of Wands came out together. It's dark night energy. It is dark night of the soul energy. Resistance is futile. It will have its way with us. Just let it. Don't question it. Don't fight it. If it feels like you've failed, you haven't. If it feels like everything has gone wrong, it has not. All of that is a part of the process. Just let it. Let it be. Let it take place. Let it happen the way that it happens. I can't ever keep a handle on these cards. I'm curious what fell out now. Justice. Yeah. Justice, Four of Wands. Seven of Swords, Two of Wands. Justice and Judgment. Paths are being removed. Things are being changed. Deception being revealed. That is a part of the justice. It doesn't always feel like justice to find out that you've been lied to, or that something has been withheld or taken. But the revelation of deception is always the bringing of truth. Truth is not always, not often, easy. Not often easy and not often kind. There is very often pain in truth, but it is always healing. It is always healing and empowering to know and to face what is. So why am I here? Five of Swords. Underneath that, the Ace of Wands and the Five of Wands. Yeah. It's time for something new. But before the something new, there has to be an end of something old. Before birth, there must be death. It feels like something being revealed, lit up, again, exposed. Queen of Swords, yeah, there's that truth. Coming in hot, and it's not pleasant, but it is healing. It does always bring healing, and it brings balance, justice, minor arcana justice, something, a retribution energy, a recompense. Something is being righted, karmically, certainly, energetically. Something is being brought to balance, repaid. There is a debt settled. That's not a punishment. It's just energy. So, I just would like a message. Just a message for the highest good. I'm asking angelic frequencies to be present. Archangel Michael, Archangels Uriel, Gabriel, Raphael, Yophael, Kamael, Zadkiel, Archangel Metatron, and Saint Germain of the Violet Flame. Just feel like crying. Ten of Cups. Ten of Pentacles. I was about to say, don't stop dreaming. Don't stop dreaming. It's how this works. Don't stop believing in the dream. Just because it looks like a dream doesn't mean it's relegated to the realm of fantasy. Everything is changing. There's a haziness about it that makes it feel like it's a lie, that makes it feel like deception. It's not. It's not. It's real, and it is everything, and it is shifting. And it is our role here and now to hold that frequency, to hold the frequency of the dream. A dream of new earth, a dream of an earth that is kind and welcoming and connected and loving, and that cherishes all life and that cherishes itself. The dream of an earth where each of us knows the love of self, feels it, is deeply and intimately connected with it each and every moment. That is the earth we have asked for, and that is the earth that is being created. No matter what it looks like on the surface, everything is changing underneath. That's why the surface has to erupt. That's why it's breaking down, because underneath the framework for what was there is no longer there. We are rebuilding from within. We're rebuilding the core of this reality. And we do it by dreaming and by believing. Hierophant, I know we're going to get some big cards for this. It's a long-term change. It is a long-term change that we are asked to believe in. Change takes time. But more than that, it takes perseverance. It takes acceptance, continued acceptance, and surrender to the process. Believing that it is having an effect. If you are eroding a mighty boulder, it's not going to look day by day as if anything has happened. If you could expand your perspective, if you could zoom it out, blue jay just flew past, and see the bigger picture, if you could see how over hundreds of years the water has trickled past and worn away at the base of this rock, you would see that progress is being made and that it's so close. It's so close. It is right there. There is nothing stopping this. Nothing that can or that will. The bulk of the work has been done. We are at the end of this race. It's not a race. It's not even really a marathon. It is just a journey. Just keep walking. It doesn't have to be fast. Crawl. Whatever it is that you're needing to do, it's not wrong. In fact, even to pause and sit down and just breathe, you're still on the journey. You haven't stopped. Nothing has stopped. Nothing has slowed down even. Everything is shifting the way that we have asked, the way that it is intended. Page of Cups. There is new love being brought in right now. In fact, just wanted a second card. Judgment. Yeah. That's a bridge to the soul. Just because it doesn't look the way that you thought that it would doesn't mean anything has gone wrong. There is a transitioning now. We are sloughing off a lot of old and dense energy. We are clearing out, we are purging so that the new and the fresh can come in. It starts small. And it may look small, but it is not weak. The soul. I knew these would be big cards. The Hermit comes back. The soul is in the soul. And this is why Judgment came out with the Page of Cups, because the Hermit, because the soul is awake. The soul is guiding. Soul energy is up. That is feminine energy. And will continue to. Continue to be, continue to rise. The darkness is nothing to fear, even when the light is dim. Even when you can barely see it and you're really not sure what this next step is, you just trust. You let go. You trust that you are being guided and that you are receiving that guidance, that you are capable, that you are ready, that you are led and you are loved and you are protected by so much that cannot be seen. You just keep taking those steps one at a time, even trembling, even terrified. It's okay. It's okay to feel afraid. It's okay to feel lost. That's a part of what a dark night is, too, is feeling cut off, feeling disconnected. Sometimes we feel like we can see everything so clearly. We're surrounded by signs, and our guidance is so sure and steadfast. And then other times it's like the line's gone dead. And we start to question if we'd seen anything at all. If we were just making it up, if it was all in our heads. Or we ask if something's gone wrong. Why am I not seeing what I saw before? Why do I not feel the presence the way I did? Nothing has gone wrong. This is the time to test your faith. Because it's not faith if there isn't some fear. It's not faith and you don't grow to stand on your own 2 feet and trust yourself if sometimes you don't feel like you're walking alone. You're never alone. Never. All of it is a challenge and an opportunity to grow, to show yourself that you can keep moving, even if you don't know where it is you're going. That is the ultimate challenge of faith for the self, to feel lost, to feel disconnected, to feel alone, to feel as if you're wandering in the darkness, to go within and find the strength inside to take a step anyway, just to move. Just to move, not to accomplish anything, not to create anything, not to figure anything out. To take a step, just to take a step. To see. What's the hidden energy position? 10 of Swords, that is an end. I need a tissue. I did bring them this time. It's an end, but it is a new beginning. Wrapped up in one. 10s are the end. It breaks to the Ace of Swords, that truth, and Archangel Michael energy. It is the end of something long term, and it's gonna feel weird because we haven't ever even experienced life without it. It's something that's been there for so long. We don't know what it's like not to have it, not for it to be a part of our existence. We don't know who we are. We don't know what life is like without this. But it is ending because its time is done. It's time for us to move forward in a new way. It is time for real radical transformation at the global scale. I'm going to clarify these. It's the final outcome position. 5 of Cups. This is what we're moving away from. This is what we are transforming. It's time to shift perspective, to realize that death is never an end and nothing is ever lost. There's only ever transition, a change of states, and it is from the death and the destruction and the ending of one thing that the birth of new is allowed. It is from the broken down state of total destruction from which truly new creation arises. And it is in this state that we are our most essential and most powerful selves. Can I get you? Okay. I know. You're not happy either. I know. You're gonna bite me now. Gonna clarify with the little animals, because the animals like to talk to each other, and I know I have the right deck because it's the 10 of Swords at the bottom. Something is done. There's a lot of things that look like they've gone wrong. A lot of things that look disappointing. It's just because we're missing the bigger picture. It's all for the right reasons. What's in here? Yeah, Knight of Wands, there's that Six of Wands. This is the long fought victory that no one thought would come. This is that guy that everybody thought was dead, right? The thing we never thought would happen. We thought he was dead. We held a funeral. We buried an empty casket. We built a statue. And then he shows up. This is the thing no one expected, that no one even believed was possible. Yeah, deceptive energy. The energy is deceptive. The surface level of reality is deceptive. There is more than meets the eye. There is much more being built under the surface. It's being built energetically. It is being drawn in. It is protected. I don't ever get that energy off of the Queen of Wands. I get protection here. Something is being energetically protected. Something that is being constructed under the surface. And it's big. All we see is the tip of the iceberg. All we see is one tiny portion of this web. There is so much more there that is happening. As a result of this ending, all right, let's talk about it. Tell me about the Hierophant. I always think of Ratatouille when I see this card. Tell me about the Hierophant. Okay. It just came back. Environmental energy is the 10 of Swords. It is the ending of this, the ending of something long term. It is, there's Dark Night. It's a spiritual journey, and the Queen of Wands comes back. There is an ending of defensiveness. It's something being removed, though. It's like the guard is being removed. Tell me more. Wheel of Fortune underneath, yeah. It is so much more than meets the eye. It is a part of the turning of the wheel, the grand wheel, the cosmic clock. What is ending now, what is happening now, is ending cycles that have been with us for eons. And that is bound to look very destructive. It's bound to bring a lot of pain, because there is a lot of pain bound up in those cycles. And all of that pain is being faced and felt right now. It's here to open us to it. Queen of Wands is here because the star, yeah. The cosmic clock in the stars, it's aligned. It's just everything that's happening now is supposed to happen right now. It's helping to break the shell of ego as well, to break down these egoic identities and attachments. Whatever is removed for our benefit. It is all for the highest good. It is. It might not look like it, but it is. Tell me about the Page of Cups and Judgment here. That's a powerful page, bringing judgment. It is here to bring us to a new level of understanding. This just feels very raw. This feels like letting the self feel small. Again, letting the self feel exposed, feel stripped down. What would it feel like if you shed all of your skin? It would feel unlike anything you've ever experienced. That's not a thing that we've ever experienced. All in one go, you just step out of it like a snake. Fresh newborn baby texture all throughout, that kind of feeling, like born again. And it is frightening and overwhelming. Yeah, it's opening us up in a new way. Three of Cups, it's underneath that. Four of Swords, and because it wanted to show itself, that Five of Swords. Opening us up to spirit in a new way, to divine, to the trust of ourself, the trust of intuition, opening the heart, bringing tremendous healing, again, healing from that Five of Swords, which just feels like a misstep. We just missed something that we didn't see is being shown. A lot of it is pain. A lot of it is long-term cycles of pain and deception within and without. This applies at every level. But we have to see it. We can't heal it. We can't choose something else until we become conscious of it. And becoming conscious of it hurts. It is painful and it is scary. But all we are to do is to notice and to allow. The process takes care of itself. Just let it happen. There is Archangel Michael, King of Swords, the sword of truth. Absolutely that. Absolutely that. You don't have to search for the truth. The truth will find you. Just don't look away. Just let it be revealed. Let it do its work. Let it do whatever it does. Let it tear through you. It's only cutting away that which is false. If it feels like there is an ending, if it feels like there is a destruction or a diminishment, it is only diminishment of that which is false within us, the false self. That Ten of Pentacles again. It's a lot. Oftentimes when we realize we have been living under the guise of a false self, we recognize everything we have created around us, the entire life of this false being, is similarly false. The whole persona and all of the trappings of it. They are in fact not authentic to who we truly are. This is happening at the collective level. That's my intention with this message. Of course, that plays out individually as well. But we are seeing collectively how we have built a world, a global society that is not based on our authentic selves. And so it is full of lies. It is full of deception. It is full of pain and hatred. Humanity is sick. And the only way we heal is by realizing that sickness and then surrendering to the process. Once we see that it is not what we desire, the universe begins to remove it, but we have to let it. We have to let it strip us of these old, dense layers of conditioned patterns. And everything that was built by those paradigms must come away too. But again, we don't have to do anything. Just be open to it. Just allow it to happen. Just trust the process, that even if it feels like it's gone wrong or something isn't working, trust it, trust it, trust it. Surrender. It's Kundalini, rising energy. It is Shakti, goddess, feminine energy sweeping through the collective. And she takes no prisoners. She pulls no punches. She will have her way with each and every one of us. Just keep surrendering when you think you can't surrender anymore. Surrender to that. Tell me about the Hermit. Tell me about the Hermit, please. I might get my tea here. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, this is all setting us up. And it is, again, you have everything. You don't need anything for this. You don't need any special guidance, any special tools. Follow the soul. Follow what feels right in your heart. If in that moment it feels right to break down crying on the floor, then let that happen. And let it be the purpose for itself. Let it just be what is within that moment. Everything that moment contains, embrace it. It is feminine energy rising, stabilizing within us. Death, again, absolute transformation. Again, just the ripping away of the shell. This is red with the Queen of Wands, which for me is also bouncing off of Judgment. It is more just let yourself be picked clean. Let nothing remain. Whatever is removed is not you. Whatever is lost or feels like it's lost, whatever feels like it is dying or diminished or meeting a demise, it is only the illusion that can fade. Let yourself be bare, laid bare, like bones bleaching in the sun. And then only the most essential will remain. Yeah, the only things being removed are false, are illusions, the short-sightedness. There is not a shortcut to this process. There is not a shortcut to the dark night of the soul. And really, to try to take one is to sell yourself short. Let it happen. Let it happen. Trust the process. You don't need to know. You don't need to understand. All you ever need to do is surrender to it. Surrender every single moment. Tell me about this Ten of Swords. There's a lot of death here. There's a lot of death here. Tell me about the Ten of Swords, please. Strength. Yeah. We have the strength. Strength implies fear. It does not imply that fear does not exist. It implies we feel the fear and we do it anyway. We feel the fear and we don't let it stop us. We feel the fear and we don't let it freak us out. And even if we do, we still keep moving. We just keep surrendering. We face that which seems insurmountable, which seems intolerable, and we just surrender to it. 8 broken cups underneath. It's just a matter of perspective. We can see everything that we're leaving behind and we can grieve and we can mourn it. Or we can turn and face the new horizon that we are walking towards. Either way, we are moving the right direction. Either way, it's all happening the way it's supposed to. We cannot buck the current of well-being even when we find ourselves totally bound up in resistance against it. We still can't change it. All the blessings still flow to us. All of the goodness, everything that is meant to be, still is. Trust this process. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. It's transforming ego energy. It is subliming it to the soul. It is all about bringing balance to the internal masculine and feminine, and the way that plays out at the global scale. We have a tremendous amount of masculine, patriarchal, and I'm not talking about gender, I'm talking about energy, patriarchal establishments that are out of balance and out of whack, and they are destroying each other. And from the ashes rises the phoenix. Tell me about the Queen of Pentacles. It's happening. It's happening anyway. Knight of Pentacles, red with the star. It gets there. It's reliable. It's stubborn. The path of destiny does not waver. It doesn't waver because it is adaptable. It doesn't matter what course we take. It doesn't matter how hard we resist. This happens anyway. Everything that is meant to happen does, and it is all for the right reasons. It is all for the highest good. Just surrender to it. You can have a rough time, or you can have a really rough time. Or you can have a relatively smooth time. It's still about surrender. You can find peace with non-peace. It's not about never feeling anything but peace. It's not about never feeling fear, never feeling emotions. It's about continuously surrendering to whatever is arising within that moment. And then you are always connected to your peace. Whatever is happening on the surface, you are dwelling in that deeper place. And it doesn't change the waves, it doesn't change the storm. It just gives you this pipeline, this lifeline to something that is steady and sure, even while everything around you is not. These are destined changes taking place. Tell me about the 5 of Cups. Tell me about the 5 of Cups. And even if you don't understand, if you don't see where it's leading, what this could possibly lead to, surrender the outcome. Surrender knowing. Surrender needing to know what's going to come of it or why. Just accept that it is. Trust that it is. Trust the soul. Trust that it is all part of something great. Something greater and something truly great. Okay. The 2 of Pentacles fell out. There's the base energy of the 5 of Cups. Yeah. The focus is on anxiety. The focus is on it feels bad. It feels really bad. It's okay. There is tremendous transformation taking place here. The anxiety is not guidance. It is not a sign that anything has gone wrong. It is just indicative of the resistance of mind. That's it. That's the information that anxiety is there to give you, that the mind is resisting. The mind has found judgment in some part of this, and it is resisting the process. It is because the mind is calling wrong that the anxiety is felt. It's not because anything is wrong. Nothing is wrong. But even so, it's all okay. You still can't get it wrong. Even if you're perceiving something is wrong, it's not. And you can't stop it from being right. You cannot stop this transformation from taking place. Look at that. 8 of Wands underneath. It's moving anyway. It's flowing anyway. It's happening anyway. Surrender to it. Trust it. And the King of Pentacles comes back. This is that balanced energy. This is special energy. This is once in a lifetime. Destiny being delivered to your doorstep. Your energy being balanced, being corrected. Everything that is illusion and false and not serving being removed. It is a balance of masculine and feminine happening. When your energy is balanced, everything shifts. Nothing has gone wrong. Nothing. This is all a part of the process. And it will take place one way or another. Look at that, King of Cups. More balanced energy, balanced emotional energy as well. Don't hold back. Go all the way. Let whatever arises arise. Let it rip through you. You cannot get it wrong. Just trust it and surrender to it. Okay, final message from the universe. What else do you want to say? What else do you want to say? That one. Okay. The Magician. And the Queen of Swords comes back. Again, you have everything you need. We have everything that we need. Ask. Just ask. There's something here about whatever energy you feel compelled to connect with it. Ask it for support. Ask it for comfort, for guidance. Ask it to hold you. There is so much non-physical support ready and waiting to help us through this. But we have to ask. We have to let it in. We have to give it permission. Ask, and it is given. 2 of Pentacles, again, transformation, balance happening because of truth. The choice component is very minor here. To me, it's more about the cycles. That it's time to choose a different cycle, but really it's being chosen. It's at least being revealed to us in a very clear way. This is what we've been participating in. Do we want to keep doing this? Do we really want to keep living life in this way? Combative and inauthentic? Or do we want to let the feminine energy rise? Because it is rising one way or another. Shrouded in Empress energy. Started with the Magician, the 9 of Swords again. Just ask for help. Ask for your angels, for your ancestors, for your family, for whatever energy that you work with. Ask it to surround you. ask it to support you, to protect you, to guide you. Everything is here. Nothing has gone wrong or possibly could be. We're not alone. Even when we're on this path where we're walking alone through the darkness, all it takes is asking. There will always be a response. They can't not respond as long as we ask. And all you ever need is the next step to see just enough of the landscape in front of you. And if you feel afraid, say that. Don't be afraid to feel afraid. Don't be afraid to ask for guidance, to ask for support. There is no judgment. You're not doing it wrong. If it feels hard, then acknowledge that it feels hard. But it helps to keep in mind that it is only ever the mind. It is only ever ego that strains and stresses and struggles. And just have awareness of that. If there is resistance present in the mind, if there is stress and strain present within you, that is evidence that ego is present. Ego is there. It has invested in something and it feels afraid. And that's okay. Just become aware of that. And then trust. Again, surrender to what is. Surrender to the presence of ego. Surrender to the resistance of the mind, to acknowledging that it's there, not trying to fight it, not trying to change it. Just keep expanding yourself. Find the entry point of surrender. There is always a place and there's always a deeper level of it. That's the message. That's what I got. I don't know how this resonates with anybody else, but it does resonate with me. And I will be asking for more support. And I ask that support for all of us as well. I ask that the entirety of this earth be wrapped in the love of divine, encased in the violet flame of transmutation, which removes all density and all burden. And I ask that everyone feel the love and the comfort and the solace that they are seeking at this time. And I pray this with every ounce of my being. I do intend that this resonates with you, beautiful viewer. So I would love to know, truly, because this is something we are in together. And it is my intention to have a community of support here, so that we know we are not alone. Not just in the physical realm, but in non-physical as well. That's it. I got nothing. I gotta process this. But I hope you have a beautiful afternoon. And know that always, and always, truly, in every vector of time and space, you are supported, you are appreciated, you are guided and protected, and you are so deeply loved. I love you.